Hello and happy, beautiful day to you. On today's episode, we are again going to talk about key distinctions that, the more we pay attention to the insights, the details of how to work with the mind, the easier it is to get radical results, just like anything else. The more you learn how to use a computer, the easier it is to really get the results that you want. The same is true with our minds. They're like a supercomputer. And that was key for me healing myself, is just understanding the distinctions. And so that's where we're going today. Now, before we do, I just want to take a quick moment and say I love how many people reached out about last week's podcast episode. We were talking about the awareness that emotions breed more of the same, and we know that. But that when somebody goes into meditation over and over and over and over, they can start to create the emotion of disconnect, of feeling disconnected and feeling separate from the world. And that I've seen that perpetuate in people's lives. Now, what I love is this, is that most people don't even realize that it's happening. And yet, from last week, people started reaching out saying, oh my gosh, I realized I'm doing that. So I just love the awareness where more and more people are starting to see that. And the reason that a lot of times people don't even know it's happening is because they'll go into meditation over and over and over, and they have this feeling of disconnect. And they think in their mind, well, it's just because they've become more spiritual or more aware or different or changed or more awake. But what happens is they start to feel very disconnected from society, from people. And I have to tell you, in my world, I channel information, I am able to, intuitively get information, whatever you want to call it. I'm, very spiritually connected, and yet I feel very connected to the world and people and this loving, wonderful camaraderie feeling. And so we can have both, where we feel this connection to the world and to people, and then it feels really, really good, and still be very spiritual and spiritually connected. And so a lot of times people don't even realize they've created such a disconnect, but it's because of that feeling. And so what happens is somebody will go into meditation over and over and over and over again, and they'll even start feeling disconnected from their family, from their spouse or whatnot, and they feel this loneliness or disconnect, and they don't know why. And so I just love that so many people reached out. And, we talked about there can be great things with meditation. And also there can be things that are side effects, just like anything else, though. I mean, if you think about emotions can affect us in a positive way. They can affect us in a negative way. Or, the example I use all the time, drinking water is great for us. You drink way, 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 way too much. That's not good for you. And so we just want to be real with what's real. And that's what I want to expand on even more, is exactly that, is that, even in my own life, when I first started using meditation, it was good. And I think it's great for a lot of people who are beginners. It can be great because it can help you to just kind of center and calm your mind. Now, what I started realizing happened with me, and I see it happen all of the time with people as well, and this is another key distinction, is that when it's like at first, if you go into meditation and you're calming yourself, that's fantastic. But what can happen if you keep doing that is it can make you feel like you're not going to, it can program in the wrong reaction into yourself, where you don't have action programmed in that is supporting you. Now, a simple way to think about this, let me unpack this and make it easy, is this. Think about in third grade. If you had a fire drill, what would you do for a fire drill? In school, you would stand up and calmly stand up, get single file, and exit the building. So why did our schools at third grade or whatever grade have us do fire drills? Because the training comes in and it programs you to then follow through. It programs you of what to do, calmly stand up, go single file, go out of the building. And so it trains you what to do. Now, similarly, I was using initially meditation as mind programming, which trained me to do what? More so just be calm. So imagine in that same sense where people in a fire drill just said, okay, well, let's just meditate. Well, that's not what's needed. We need to, calmly leave the building. And so what I started realizing is that, especially in the beginning, meditation was great for me as a start. But then I realized sitting in too much meditation wasn't helpful because it made me not feel the feelings of being active, if you will. And this is what happens, by the way. The more you program your mind to serve you, what happens is more of the best of you shows up. And a simple way to think about it is like this, is in a relationship, you don't want to just be like, oh, I'm just relaxed. No, in a relationship, connecting with friends or family, maybe you're, yes, relaxed and secure, but laughing and happy and centered and fun or alive and present and engaging. And so what I started to realize in my own life is that it was a lot of meditation was checking me out from life instead of checking into life, instead of programming a new way of being and feeling. And so that's ultimately the insight that I want to share with you today, is that as you program your mind, make sure you're not just programming yourself to check out, but check in, and also decide who and how you want to be and show up as that. Because the more you program yourself the way you want to be, the more the best of you shows up. And that, it's exciting and beautiful and loving and full of life. And that, of course, can lead you towards more healing and happiness and love and all of the good things. And another way to think about it is like this, is that all the time you'll hear people say something like, everything you need is within you. And I don't quite agree with that. It can be inside of you. And what I mean by that is this, is everybody born with courage? Is everybody born with feeling love and connection or strength or empowerment? Not necessarily. We can be born and have a lot of fear and uncertainty and insecurity and whatnot. But the beautiful thing is that's what personal growth and personal development is all about, is that we can put these things in us. We can develop feelings of courage. We can develop feelings of strength. We can develop feelings of excitement and love and happiness and joy, and doing so in a way that makes us feel alive and full of life is a powerful way to be. And so the insight, or the key distinction that I want to leave you with today, is exactly that, is just as we build on last week's episode, not disconnecting from life, but feeling connected to life, but also training yourself, your mind, your emotions for who you want to be and how you want to be, and then showing up that way is powerful. And so that's the insight that I want to give you. And I want to invite you, even as you go through your day today, even you can see that in advance. You could just simply see yourself showing up in relationships and connecting in a loving way and feeling love and experiencing love and feeling that sense of connection and camaraderie and getting that in and feeling that all around you. Because the more you feel it, the more you experience it, the more you embody it, the more it shows up in your life. And so just food for thought. And that's today's quick IQ episode. And I want to ask you, as you take this into your day, please do take just a quick moment to hit the share button on this episode. Share it with somebody you love, somebody you care about, or somebody you don't even know. Because the more that every single person is happy and healthy and loved and loving, the better this world is for all of us. And so please do hit the share button, and please do have a most wonderful, incredible rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. We'll see you there.